All right. Hello, hello. Welcome in. Have a seat. We're gonna get the show started. Oh crap, Thanksgiving soon too. Um, yeah, hello. Welcome in. Um, episode 95. Thursday. Oh, that's gonna be interesting. But anywho, yeah, hello. Sorry, I totally spaced on what day Thanksgiving was on for some reason. So many games. Anyway, um, this is probably yeah, this is gonna be the last game before Thanksgiving, so I guess technically for those of you watching on the Ubles Tubles, happy Thanksgiving if you celebrate that. Happy holidays or whatever people. Good wishes to y'alls. How about that? Um, but this is also going on YouTube, so it'll probably be pretty irrelevant in about couple days. Anywho, we're gonna get this bad boy started. We got everybody in. We had a little late, but nah, I want to get the stream winded up and ready to roll. So to that extent, I'm gonna round them up and get them ready. So with that, take a seat, enjoy.
Also,
So,
thank you, Cute, for giving me this opportunity to talk with my sister. The day she left, but who cares?
That's okay. That's what they do. I have a story about that, but that's a story for another time because this is D&D.
This is
Yippee!
D&D.
So, who would like to do a recap?
Yeah, I would like to hear what happened.
Hmm. It's not me because I don't rule it. My brain is smooth.
I need all the details.
I did mine last week. And also my brain is smooth from travel.
Well, I guess I kind of know what happened at certain points. So we had escaped the evil tavern and the cursed town. We were headed out to find our way. Well, we were trying to determine where we wanted to go. And wasn't it the case that well, there was a few things happening. Right? I don't know
So
if this
there
was
was the
Go
there was
ahead.
the Tio Moonblade's cabin was shown in the orb. And then there was also wanting to continue on to the next town, to the library, etc. And then Veldrin's hand is regrowing, and that was freaking him the fuck out because he didn't know why it was happening.
Right. And eventually, yeah, we determined there. Right? Isn't there some sort of fungal growth or something that might be aiding the regrowth of the skin, Veldrin's
Yeah.
arm, and
Yeah, so I don't know if Sari knew this. Veldrin's right hand is skeletal, and
Oh.
when he was talking with Opal during his watch, he had said that the reason why his hand was that way was because his mother had cut it off.
Oh, wow.
And so watching, like, seeing the skin regrow and not knowing like why that was happening was really bothering him.
It was a very concerning subject for Valdrin, and understandable. Though
Yeah,
Opal's own perspective on the matter was, since Valdrin had changed religions, essentially, maybe it was just a blessing from his new god,
which
or
Veldrin
something of
then
the
said
matter.
he doesn't have a god that he follows.
I mean, you're a druid.
The god is nature, which is nebulous and not really a god if you don't want it to be.
I don't know. I mean, who knows? Maybe nature just really fucks with Valdrin.
nature is just an old man with a beard, you know.
Exactly.
Yeah, and then Veldrin being so concerned about this new development, wanted answers probably from Tio Moonblade, the person who might be able to answer questions. But her settlement, her compound is very far away, and it would take us way off course from our original mission. So it was determined that Inanna could create or could make a sending spell, and maybe Tio could communicate with us that way. And then I
An
think we did,
ascending spell?
like a long
Ascending
distance
spell.
Oh, ascending spell. Okay, thanks.
It's a message.
telepathic.
It's a spell that sends a message to whomever you want it to be sent.
Got it.
Though it has a word limit.
But then we did do a what do you call it? We did do a rest at night, and then we had some watches. People chatted about various things, some unlikely pairings. Uh, yeah. Then the sending spell was successful. And didn't Tio Moonblade actually come to our location?
Yeah, she did. She actually couldn't find us originally, because of the mark from Lady Miriam.
Oh, that's
She
right.
was able Yeah, she was able to find us because Veldrin didn't have one. And that also
Oh.
freaked him out because he was like, Mother could find us, and I don't want Mother to find us. Another thing, too, was Veldrin's watch was right before Niavara's, so when he woke her up, he revealed to her that he has a slave brand down his spine now
Oh
from
dear.
the time that he was in the Underdark while he was away. He didn't tell Neovara explicitly what happened, but Neovara like understood just by like, the way he was like physically expressing himself to her, and was very, very upset with what happened.
Wow.
Neovara wished pain onto House Smyval, got a blessing from the Fury for her efforts. Tia showed up, chatted with us a lot. She seemed to like not be too concerned about the thing that was trying to get into her house. I think she said like she'd caught it, didn't she?
I don't.
And she wanted the orb that we'd stolen from the dream. And like we all agreed collectively, like we don't have a use for it, so let's just give it to her. I think with that decision though, we decided to like keep on walking. After having our conversation with her. I don't think we had anything else happen.
What did
us?
she have to say about the hand regrowing?
She had kind of confirmed what Opal thought, is that it had to do with his change, because before Veldrin was a paladin of Lolth and then has become a druid.
Okay.
Because like the nature of his hand being cut off was a way of Mother saying that he would be atoning for sins.
Sins of the family, I assume.
I don't know if this was picked up, but the reason why it was cut off was because of when he ran away the first time.
Oh.
This time that he has escaped now is the third time that he has run away.
Mm.
And wasn't Tio Moonblade like kind of, she was like healing people? She was like, you get healed and you get healed or something? Because I feel like it ended with her turning to Kozik saying, hey, do you want to be healed with something? And Kozik was sort of harumphed and put his hands across his chest. His
Harumph.
folded his arms. And that's kind of where we left. She was still among us.
Oh yeah, wait, we were trying to figure out what the fuck was going on with Zed's chest.
Yeah.
Weren't we?
What's going on with Zed's chest?
He's been having chest pain.
Oh,
And
his
not the heart
lingering,
attack type.
affliction.
Like something's trying to pop out of him, and I think we actually ended with Tia Moonblade like doing an investigation on his body.
And did she tell you what she found?
Finger.
Well, I guess I forget exactly how it got brought up. She was like, "Do you want?" It was like, "Do you want me to do? Do you want me to try something or something like that?" She asked for, I think she was asking for Zed's consent, and he said sure. And so her serpent, um, if I remember correctly, like lunged at Zed, and it was basically gonna like bite him, but instead of latching onto him, it just kind of went into his chest.
Oh wow.
And it pulled out this jagged black shard.
What?
And she basically like placed it in his hand. So she gave him this shard that I guess was uh causing some pain, and he's feeling better, but and like had been slowly feeling better, but then this thing had been removed and almost like a fresh wound. It was very tender, but if I remember correctly, it was almost kind of like a huge sense of relief.
And was she able to say what that? I mean, were you guys able to figure out what that shard was all about? Like why it was there, or how it got put there? Or...
I don't think so.
Okay.
Wasn't it there primarily because of the ghost, the psionic ghost that we were fucking around with?
Yeah, so I don't know. I guess I don't know if it was already there or if that ghost had like put it there,
Well,
but
and
it was
Zed confirmed.
it was kind of it was almost kind of alluded to that when that spectral entity reached into Zed's chest, that it like placed this thing there, and so Tio removed it. But there was also the like sort of vision back when we were at that the caravan, and we were looking into that sort of reflective, not mirror, but um for lack of a better word, mirror. And Zed saw the black diamond, but then he saw himself, and it was like himself, like he was fragmented and all these different sort of broken pieces and things like that. And then it was like there was another vision where uh it was when he was trying to get away from Marn, and it was, I think it was a dream, and the black diamond exploded. Marn was trying to reach for it and it blew up. And I just remember one of the quotes that Cube said was, it was as if one of the shards went through Zed, like hit him and impaled him.
Wow.
But that was a dream. So I don't know.
Yeah, but with Marn, we know that dreams can be super real.
Yeah. Yeah, and then to Kozik's point, I do remember that seeming like it was like the last thing is Tia was just kind of like looking around, asking the group if there was anything else we needed. If I remember, I don't know.
And like looking for experiments, I think.
Oh, right. Yeah.
And then it ended. Was Tio still there, or did she take off after nobody wanted anything else?
She's still standing there.
And where has Sari been?
Chillin'. Oh wait, I think actually that's why we called it, because Cube
Ah,
wanted to
yeah.
give you a chance to talk with her.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
Thank
that's
you.
right. So yeah, Tio was, I think we had concluded everything, but before she left, it was going to be like a retroactive, like what would Sari have talked to her about? So, aha, we did it.
Cool. I mean, is Tio one to like give insight into things, or is she more like about the magic of it all or the experiments of it all, or is she like somebody you'd actually ask for, you know, wisdom or advice or insights or something?
I don't know. It's kind of a good question because I don't think we've ever really been wronged by her. Um, we've been given direction and advice and information, but it always, it always just almost seems like she says just enough. She's not going to tell you
Uh-huh.
everything she knows, but she's going to tell you more than what you already knew. And I don't
But
know.
leave you hanging.
Yeah, I don't know if it's fair to say if everyone else would agree, but she kind of seems like she's out for herself first more than try and help anyone else. And if it helps her, then yeah, she'll help you, but
Right.
she doesn't really doesn't seem to have a reason to just be outwardly gracious with her time. So when she
Okay.
shows up, it's typically because she needs something.
Right,
Trust her a
right. There's a
great
benefit
deal.
to her. Neovar trusts her a great deal.
Yeah, mostly because exactly like Zed says, Neovar has the same impression, but like Neovar just thinks that's normal. Like, oh, thank God, someone makes sense.
Right, right.
Like Lady Miriam helping someone out of the kindness of your heart. Yeah, right.
Yeah, right.
Tell me when
Right,
you're
right.
gonna like reveal the thing underneath you that you're just amassing power for yourself.
Yeah.
At least with Nia understands exactly what she's doing. And why. She also thinks that Tio does in fact have a better side on account of the fact that she was in a former adventuring member, and she showed up to help with Grinstill in the mayor. Trust her. At least to do what she says she will.
Thank you. Hmm.
Enjoy your inspiration.
Yeah, I already have one.
Oh, okay.
So I guess whomever.
I believe Nia has one too, but I actually wasn't one of the people who did a lot in that.
Is
I
this
had a
Tio
lot.
Moonblade on the screen?
Yes. She is a
Okay.
Yuan T.
A Yuan T.
Humanoid with
Snake
snake-like
person.
snake-like aspects.
Man,
Naga.
that serpent's amazing.
So we pick up pretty much where we left off. Um, you know, question. She was questioning Kozik if there was anything he would need, and he was standing there, arms folded, just kind of, no, I'm good. And pretty much like I said, like you said, we ended with Tio still being there as you guys were planning to leave, just in case Sorry had any questions. So technically, we're just picking up right here.
Um, So did everybody ask her a question, and was it all more related to the journey that we're on right now?
I didn't really ask her anything.
I got that. Your arms were folded like, no thanks.
Nevar asked a couple questions about the health, Veldrin's arm, etc. She just wanted
Uh-huh.
to confer information and also double check that like if Tio has whatever the hell's going on underneath your house with the psionic energy.
And Veldrin just really asked about his hand, and then, like, when he found out that she could find them, he was like, "What are the chances of Mother finding us? Because one
Oh,
of us is
yeah.
always going to be short a talisman or whatever it is."
Could she help with that? Something to hide you?
Niavara gave her thing to Veldrin, which then leaves her open to being found.
So Niavara can be found,
Yes.
which is not good. Okay.
So realistically, the question is, who do you want to be uh, potentially tracked? Because you're always going to be one short.
What do you mean we're always going to be one short?
One
There,
ability to not be detected.
yeah,
Oh,
everybody has one of the like talismans from Lady Miriam, except for Veldrin. So, like, if somebody gives theirs to Veldrin, then they are exposed. So
Right, but so
somebody always has to be exposed. One person always does.
but
I
do we have to be like that's something I want to ask Teal Moonblade. Is there anything you can give us to help with hiding and not exposing ourselves? We're one short and we could use something to help hide Niavara right now. Is there anything you can help us with?
So she turns to Sari
yeah.
with as piercing of a gaze as you know her to always have. What? You're afraid of somebody following you?
Oh yeah, that'd be a yes.
Oh, but there's so much more interesting things if they do find you.
Well, there's lots of interesting things, but that's not one of them that interests us. Being found, especially by uh, Niavara and Veldrin's family members.
Then why not have them take it up with the family?
I'm
If
not
you
ready to
resolve
take
your
it up with the
differences,
family.
well,
I'm not ready to take it up with the family. We could take it up later, but not now.
who's to say they're tracking you at this exact moment? Hmm?
I just escaped. Mother would be furious. I know she would be looking for me.
Then it's a good thing you have that. And she points to the location where, you put the charm from Miriam and then kind of smiles a little bit.
Yes, but the Niavara is open.
Well,
I don't think she's going to help us.
then how about? And then she'll point to, let's see, roll a d4. What's my dice roller? There it is. 2, 4. She points to Opal.
Oh.
Well, do you have anybody tracking you? Any concerns? Why don't you give yours to her? Or you, and then she'll point to Kozik. If you're not so concerned with being followed, you can give yours to her.
Hmm.
That's a
See
good
it more
idea.
like a kind of like an umbrella. You know, you don't want to be in the rain without it. I'm not necessarily that concerned.
Be my guest, Kozik.
I mean, you wouldn't want
Oh,
your
I'll
home,
be
your
right back.
family to find you, Mr. Kozik?
My question to you, Moonblade. Are we being tracked by their family or our family?
He shrugs.
Who's they?
Neovara and Veldrins.
And then
I,
what did you mean by our family?
Kozik's family for himself and Opal's family for herself.
Oh, I see. Okay.
you all assume that you're being tracked at all.
But I'll be right back. I need to go transfer soup.
Suit.
Well, Lady Moonblade, I think our experience would kind of suggest to us that we're being watched quite frequently by all sorts of entities.
Oh, I know. She has
Oh,
this knowing smirk.
far be it from me to tell you that.
But as far as who's tracking you, that I can't tell you. I am not the said parties looking for you. Seems to me like you're all a bit on the paranoid side of things. So worried that somebody's going to find you, and what if they do? What if they do locate you?
What if? I think
Then
our
you get to deal
paranoia
with
has
them
kept us
directly.
alive.
Well,
And it's justified.
well, if they do find you,
If
then you
they
can
find
deal
me,
with
I'm
them.
not going back alive. I'd
See, there you
rather
go.
die.
That's the spirit.
That's not the spirit that I want to embrace.
Oh,
Hmm. That is an interesting statement from you. I'm considering your condition. I mean, making dealings with entities of the Feywild. Imagine it was out of desperation.
Naturally.
So who's to say you can't be creative and innovative if they do find you? I have full confidence in your capabilities.
I don't. I don't have that confidence in myself knowing what mother is like.
Then perhaps confidence in your compatriots. And then she'll point to Neavara and probably daggers that are at Neavara's side. And when all else fails, have confidence in steel piercing us heart. Chair. But I digress. I have some other things that I have to tend to. Quarantine is a tedious task. As she still has the orb that you gave her encased in this shimmering field.
Thank you for your time, Lady Tio, and good luck.
Luck is for those who do not have the intelligence to comprehend the path ahead of them.
The Wheel of Fortune works both ways, isn't it? We can acknowledge Lady Eladra smiles on us, and when she has winter come.
And yet you can always tilt the scales, no matter where the scale may be.
Can't stop the winter, though. You might as well be trying to stop the sun. I
Without,
don't like how
with,
you sounded so.
yeah, I was gonna
Excited.
say without even an insight check. Yeah, she's contemplate. You gave her some ideas.
Oops.
Oops. But that'll be an experiment for another time. After all, I have two objects of very interesting potency. And they can be troublesome. All things considered. I know I may be somewhat jagged around the edges to some, but, well, it's all in the pursuit of knowledge. Knowledge I share, when I so choose.
Well, we look forward to receiving your assistance in the future.
I look forward to seeing how you survive the days ahead.
That's ship.
That's a real inspiring there.
Oh, you're welcome. I have dozens of inspiring words, such as "don't die." You're quite interesting tests, individuals.
For someone who can see the path ahead of them, perhaps the path ahead of us, can you point us in the right direction to our destination?
Where's your destination?
Let's just call it we'll say the library for now, eh?
I can't remember the town's name. Town of
Chronosis.
Chronosis, ladyship.
Ah. Head east. That way. And then she, without necessarily moving her own body, the serpent just uncoils a little bit from around her body and points his head eastward. It's a rather interesting place to be. I'm sure the knowledge you seek could be there. But who knows? I have not been there in quite some time. For all I know, that place has fallen to rubble and disrepair, consumed by alternative dimensions, fallen into a pit hole. Who knows? And then she shrugs.
Well, I guess we'll find out then.
And during all this, so the dark shard that Zed has, little one's like getting closer and like sniffing it. Just morbid curiosity, because you just have it in your hand. Can I eat it?
No. What? No.
Ah. He climbs back up to the top of your head, sits there. And at this point, you start to see the serpent. It's sort of it's already sort of uncoiled, so it moves a little bit behind her, and you see underneath it a pretty much just the same way that she appeared. Like the ground starts to get like really watery and muddy and like loose, and then it starts to swirl into like this sort of this mini version of a whirlpool, but it's all dirt and soil. And you see the serpent uh extend his head towards Miss Moonblade, and she extends her hand as the creature un opens its jaw and just puts the orb in its mouth and turns and slowly slithers into this like sinkhole, this whirlpool of dirt and mud.
Wow,
Well,
looks like it takes us weeks to travel. She can come and go at will, under the earth, seeming.
Wait, did the snake just go in, or did Tio go with the snake?
just the snake.
Uh, sorry for at least how I see it. I kind of see her snake as her magical casting thing. She just
Uh-huh.
goes with it. She uses it to use magic. The magic snake.
Snake.
Why didn't she go with it?
Oh, she's just taking her time, just
Oh,
looking
I see.
around. Well, if there's nothing more you need of my services.
Hmm.
And she does a very deep and elegant bow. I suppose I have work to do. And then she looks to Neavara with a bit of a wink. And interesting new ideas to contemplate. And also, since he's right next to you, that little one kind of just lets out a little sneeze right next to your ear. Don't even need a pass perception because he's right next to you. And then she steps into this whirlpool, and at that point you just sort of see like stairs appear where like the snake just dove into the ground, but for her the whirlpool dissipates and like pushes out towards the edges of the radius, and then there's just stairs that lead down, and she takes steps down until she disappears entirely, and the dirt and soil starts to swirl and fill in, kind of like a sink, pretty much like a sinkhole, and then the soil settles and it's back to normal as if it were untouched at all.
Well, that's sorted at least.
So you're all left to your own devices in the middle of a forest, and I don't think you packed up the camp yet. Oh, yeah, I think you did.
No. Actually, no, we were walking. This was a walk and talk.
All right.
No, I think we were walking from our camp because specifically we were chatting about how to do it. And specifically, everyone else was walking while Niavara had conducted the first sending.
Well, I guess we're heading east then, eh?
I believe we are.
Heading east. Let's go.
East. I need
She's an
to
interesting one.
something.
Oh, Tio?
Yeah.
Never met her before.
I think I've met her a couple of times with you guys. She's just always interesting.
She has her own reasons to do stuff, and I appreciate her straightforwardness in that.
Yeah, I'm not so sure she's straightforward though. Well, I mean, about having her own interests, yeah, but I have a difficult time trusting her though. It seems like there's always a lot of different motivations going on.
She at least doesn't conceal truths in the same way that the Fae do.
Exactly.
Oh, well, I suppose it depends which Fae you're talking to.
Uh,
As I guess I myself am a Fae, so
you're not a fae, you're an elf.
oh yeah, that's true. But I'm from the
Technic-
Feywild.
I'm, and by that means I'm a fae.
Well, I guess I mean I'm from the Feywild, so yeah, I shouldn't take it on.
I see.
All right. So walking and talking, heading east.
Survival check, I'm assuming cubed.
Yep,
That it
Rooney.
is. Oof. Oh wait, Veldrin, are you helping Opal because you have your thing?
Yeah, I think he was.
Yay! I love advantage.
Yeah.
And uh describe how you give me help.
The last time it was just he was explaining best practice for getting through certain types of terrain because of books that he's read.
Mm-hmm.
So I think like Opal has at least mental maps of things,
Yes.
right?
Yes. Opal
So
has perfect mental maps.
so she would explain like where they're going and he would say like this is what's advised based off of reading.
Mm-hmm. Very good for Opal. Honestly, I think that's very good for Opal.
All right. Updating. You are. Yep, different biome. So, as you make your way through the forests, the ever so non-stop trees just everywhere. But at least you know where you're going. You know north, you know east, you know south and west. So, do you have a general idea where you need to be? Well, at least need to be heading. Um, and someone told me a D100.
Hmm. I was gonna say Veldrin.
Okay. All right. So as you're making your way through the forest, you definitely do notice the biome change a little bit, like kind of like starting to cross a threshold. Let me pull somebody to a scene here so he can see. Oh, pull the scene. Just so you know.
Well, what's changing? I mean, we're surrounded by trees
So,
now. What kind of changes?
so pretty much it looked like it went from the word for it. Uh from conifers to more evergreen. So a little bit of a biome change, slightly.
Okay.
Pull him back to this scene. Opal. And yeah, pretty much it's been a relatively uneventful walk. Nothing interrupted you. At some point though, nope, you have food covered. You got the token. So pretty much it's another walk in the park, quote unquote.
Walk in the park.
Yep, because they don't need the rations because they have the token.
All right. We don't encounter anything.
Not on this day.
So setting up camp and preparing for the next day.
So another encampment day.
Who's starting the first watch?
Oh, I will.
I think Zed's gonna opt to do third watch.
Oh.
Sorry's gonna go with second watch.
All right, we got a first, a second, and a third. So basically, you set up camp, you settle in for the evening, and it sounds like Kozika's on first, Zed's on third, and who was on second?
Opal will
What's
be
on second? Who's on first?
Yeah.
And I don't know who's on third.
Opal can be on first. It's fine.
So Kozika and Opal.
Hooray!
So feel free to give me some perception checks.
Right. Digital dice here.
Digital dice, hear me. Give me a natural 20 and my life
Here.
is yours.
$15 and a 13. Okay. So on a 15 and a 13. Well, I mean, aside from the biome change, there's not a whole lot that really seems to stand out or like require any attention. Um 13. We roll it. It'll be close.
Kind of leaning against a tree, looking into the darkness, kind of listening out for little animal noises.
14. So Kozik, you don't really notice anything outside of the normal evening sounds, the above world, the chirping of, well, the probably less chirping as much as it is just owls, and the nocturnal creatures have definitely come out. Wolves howling in the distance, kind of thing. But
God, I hope
Opal.
it's
Oh, go
hope
ahead.
it's not an owl bear. Ugh, I've read
Ooh,
about those in books.
like that idea. Thank you. Um,
No. Yeah?
I hear their demonic hooting. My imagination's going wild, but I think it's all right now.
Yep, totally no owlbears. But with the 15, which makes sense as the Arcana-based individual. So on a 15, it kind of seems like things are a little weird. Like the edge of your vision seems a little wavy. Granted, you don't have dark vision, so could just be shadows playing tricks on you. No
Hmm.
dark vision.
Kozak, how well are you able to see in the dark?
Well, as a dwarf, I see in the dark extremely well.
Hmm. Can you look around my area and make sure I'm not going to make sure I'm not just going crazy?
Yeah, I take a survey around. I take a look around and see where Opal might be looking out for in the distance.
Man, nothing seems off.
Hmm. Well, I don't see anything. Probably if you're, are you sensing something?
Hmm. just, just keep your eyes open. That's all I'll ask.
You probably just heard some little nibbler in the night out there that means us no harm.
And Opal, it kind of happens again just as you're talking to Kozak, just right on the edge of your vision. Like you're
Oh.
talking directly to Kozak, and it's
Mm-hmm.
this weird kind of like waviness, maybe shifting shadows. Is just right on the edge, but it's kind of like the squiggly line in your eye. Like once you notice it and you try and look at it, it always moves away. It's kind of like that.
So it's like the worms or not the worms. Uh, you know what? The worms you see in the
Waves.
corner of your eye, the eye
Heat
floaters.
waves.
Yeah.
Mirage.
Uh, I, Kozak, I do feel like I'm saying something. You mind if we sit back to back for the remainder of our watch? Because something feels off.
Not at all. Not at all. In fact, let me see if I can summon some energy here. Maybe I'll see if there's any sort of magic present.
That would be greatly appreciated, friend. Thank you.
Right. Summoning magical effect.
Magicking.
Magicking. Oh, let me see. Maybe I need to rub my hand. Ah! I don't know if I need to place.
Not really. I know the
Yeah.
I know the radius.
Yeah.
So let's see. Any visible creature or object. Guess I kind of been doing it wrong. Fine. There are no creatures or objects in the area that bear magic aside from, like magical items you guys have.
Hmm. Well, within about 10 yards of us, I at least that far, I don't think that there's anything. Can't sense anything, any threat, any sort of magic presence we
Hmm.
haven't brought in ourselves.
That is comforting to know. But I'm going to just say, after what happened with that village, I would not put it past whatever we dealt with that they would be able to get that they would be able to be beyond magical detection. Though
I
regardless,
think
I
you're
thank you
right.
for your effort, Kozer.
Anything could happen out here.
So let's keep our eyes open and make sure that the entire group stays safe. Sound good?
I'll do my best. I only hope they're as diligent as us when well, when I'm trying to sleep, I understand that you may not get too much shut eye naturally.
Oh, I, I'm never fully, I'm never fully unconscious, so I understand what you mean. Though, eh, we can always tell the others to make sure that they keep on their best watch.
Agreed.
Kozak and Opal have reached understanding. Peak worry.
We have a working relationship.
Yeah. They are business partners.
So beyond that, nothing really seems to happen.
Okay. Time to crawl into yawn sleeping bag then. Yeah, I guess we should wake up the others or rouse them to whatever degree they're.
Who agreed to be next watch, Kozak?
I believe it was sorry.
Yes, I'm next watch.
Then we'll wake her up together and give her the best description we can. Because I imagine if she's going to be up alone, that would be quite worrying if she was experiencing what I am.
So yeah, we definitely explained that there could be something going on. There's an odd feeling maybe in the air, but nothing. I couldn't detect any magic energy
Hey, Juniper.
close by.
Oh, hello,
All right,
Fallen.
well, I'll
Sorry.
keep my eyes and my senses extra sharp.
All
All right,
right.
thanks for keeping a lookout.
Good luck.
Sorry, give
And
me a perception check when it is your turn to watch.
and of
Okay.
course, sorry. If you need any assistance, just be aware I will be awake. Just shake the fuck out of me. Let me know
All
if you need
right,
help.
thank you, Opal. I appreciate that. All right, let's get over here. Perception.
So an 18. Enough. So on an 18, you also kind of get that inclination that there's just something on the edge of your vision. The eye floaty feeling. But with an 18, you can give me, as the one awake, and give me an Arcana check. Because whatever it is like it doesn't seem like it's a creature like stalking you because it's it's basically like right in front of you, so it's kind of weird.
Huh.
And it's not like on the edge of vision. It's not like when you look at it, it seems like something is moving away. It's just when you look at it, it's just not there. But then when you're not paying attention to it, it's there.
Oh.
And with a 3, just kind of weird. You don't
What is
feel
that?
like
There's something. I feel like there's something in the shadows, but huh. She stays on her feet, kind of just wandering the perimeter and keeping her eyes out. She's a little confused by the just feeling like there's something there, but not something definable.
Mm,
intangible.
Am I free to make a
Intangible.
perception check, considering Opal was aware of the thing invading the corner of her eyes? Oh shoot! I have a timer going off.
You found it.
Yeah, you can do a perception as this is the second watch.
Thank you. 17.
You have the same feeling.
And
Is
my eye
sorry.
doing it.
And you can give an arcana.
Opal, are you awake in there?
I'm awake as can be.
Are you still getting that feeling? Cause I sure am.
Depends. Are you seeing something in the corner of your eye that you swear
Yeah, like there's
that you
something
swear it
right.
disappears the moment you try to look at it?
Yeah, like there's something right in the shadow. And the minute I turn that way, it's gone. It's like on the edge of my vision, but I can feel it.
That's concerning. Why does it feel like we didn't leave that village without a little tag along? It's honestly making it hard to fully sleep. But real talk, I'm gonna go deal with Thing. I'll be back as soon as I can. Give me like 5 minutes.
But beyond that, nothing really seems to jump out at you. Nothing beyond that sensation that seems pretty consistent seems to. Nothing's acting on it. It's just kind of there.
That's just unnerving. I hate not being able to. I don't like that feeling.
Let's see. Hey, Juniper, you still there? But what you choose to do with that information is entirely up to you.
What information though? It's just like something intangible on the edge of the, on the edge of your vision. Let's see. Sorry is gonna, let's see. Gonna do a check for, well, use her divine sense to
I
see
mean,
what it feels like.
that's an easy one for me. It picks up nothing.
All right, that's not working.
I don't even need to look at the notes for that one. I know what's
Doesn't
going on.
sense anything. So no good and evil energy coming off it. Good or evil, all right.
I mean, that's not behind total cover, as the spell states.
Oh, okay.
That's loud.
Okay. Well, hey, Opal.
AFK. Hope I had to step away.
Damn, I wanted Opal to come out so I could.
Sorry, I'm back. Hi.
Hey, Opal, could you just keep a watch? I'm gonna make a little bit larger perimeter.
Understood. I will be looking like I'm sleeping, but I am not. You
All
know,
right. Well, I'd like you to keep your eyes open though.
fair enough. And Opal will assist her in her work.
So what are you trying to do?
Opal
I'm
is
just
keeping watch over the main camp. Sorry. Oh, bummer.
yeah, and Sari's just doing a larger perimeter sweep.
And nothing changes. Perpetually
Yeah.
on the edge of your vision, no matter where you go.
All right. All right. Well, I guess I'm gonna wake up Zedrin to take the third watch. Hey, Zed.
Oh,
Zed, wake up, buddy.
oh, hey, hi.
Hey, I'm waking you up to take the third watch.
Oh, right. Okay.
I mean,
Anything
I,
weird?
I haven't seen anything, but my stale friend and Opal and Kozik are having this sensation like something right at the edge of our vision, like something in the shadow, like these weird wavy lines. But then the minute you turn to look at it, there's nothing there. And I've done a wide sweep, but I can't find anything, and I don't. It's just uncomfortable. I don't have a strong sense of evil or anything, but it could be hiding, so I don't know. But I feel like there's something there, but it's just not apparent what it is, and I didn't want to do much wider sweep than I did because it's dark and everybody's. I need to watch everyone, but anyway,
Right.
that's what's going on. It's a little, you know.
And you hadn't noticed that except for like just tonight?
Yeah, that's just tonight. Yeah,
All right. Yeah, I'll keep an eye out.
yeah, yeah. Just keep your eyes open. I'll
Get
be.
some rest.
I'll. All right. Thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
And I know Niavara always does third watch. I don't know. I assume that Niavara would be getting up to. Maybe.
I don't know. Wouldn't you already be getting up?
Yes. It has been a rough day for me. I'm so sorry.
No worries.
Did Veldrin
Um,
just kick you? Wake up.
No.
I know you typically do whatever it is that you do in the morning. Um, I I'll keep watching everything, but I'm gonna just have a closer look at this. And he's just gonna hold up um the jagged black crystal.
Okay. Um, Niavara will take the crystal from him, and then she's going to sort of have a go at it, I guess. And she's gonna be
Oh
like,
no,
okay,
well
so
no, I was saying no, I was saying I'm gonna leave you to. I was gonna look at it
Mhm.
closer because I know that you do your own thing, so I was gonna let you do that,
yeah,
and then I'll be looking at this, and so. But yeah, if you hear anything or whatever, just I mean, I'm
have a
just
yell,
right here. Yeah. Oh, see, I just wanted to take an hour, see if I can figure anything out about
identify it.
it. Also, I guess, what perception checks?
Yep. With a 20, you definitely get that same sensation that Opal and Sari have been experiencing. Almost like a mirage that's not a mirage. Kind of like, wavy lines, eye
Mhm.
floaters, just that sort of the intangibility of it all.
Um, yeah, so Zed will be probably like he'll get up, but he'll sit near where everyone's kind of resting, and he's got this crystal in his hand, but he'll notice. Uh, Also, I guess sorry mentioned it, so he's probably looking for it at this point, and he'll notice that same sort of thing that Sorry described, and um, he'll look up to little one. You notice anything weird?
As you pretty much, I think, as you like just woke up, you realize that you have a draconic amethyst scarf. He's just knocked out, wrapped around like your neck, just like
Oh
slumped
shit!
there.
Just yeah, just doesn't even realize it until now. Ah, yep. Oh shit! He's gonna like stand up and walk over. Oi, Niavara, by the way, I'm not sure if Sorry mentioned, but and I just noticed it too. There's like weird sort of distractionary bits like on the edge of my sight line, and then if I try and focus on them, they go away. Apparently everyone's noticed it this evening, but no one knows what the fuck's going on. Anyway, I'll leave you to it.
In which case, no, that's fine. Um, the gods will understand when I finish. Um, hmm. They don't. I mean, like, it could just be like some sort of radiation from the power that you're experiencing that you can't quite, actually experience as a human.
So my thought was I came across a whole bunch of weird sort of, like visions and whatnot in that basement.
Mm-hmm.
Is it possible like lingering effects?
Because you and Sari and Opal all experience these.
Yeah, Kozik saw as well.
I see. As far as I know, I've not seen them. Mm. I guess it could be. I'll keep an eye out for them. Nivara is going to attempt to sort of religiously think about it. If I can actually pull up her sheet. I don't have my mouse out, so it's taking me a little
Accurate.
accurate.
Oh, I was talking about the picture in the Discord. I didn't see your roll.
A 6. With a 6, I mean, you did just got awoken, kind of groggy, probably still wiping your eyes. It's too early to be thinking. Trying to remember stuff. Still waking up.
So I have a question. It takes like an hour to look at something and try and identify it, right?
So the short rest, and then you get to roll an Arcana on it.
Okay. Would I be able to do that during watch?
I mean, you just spend a good bit of the watch studying it
Okay.
because it's an hour's worth of like toying with it and sort of focused on it, as
Yeah.
opposed to an hour's worth of I just put it in my lap and then an hour later I figure out what it does.
Right. I'll just have it near me. Um, I guess just a question for the identification thing. Could you use part of that? Well, I guess it wouldn't make sense because you were just describing you're actively investigating whatever it is. Um, hmm.
Hmm.
All right.
So yeah, Nearvar, you're not really able to ascertain much
Anything.
anything.
Yep. A 6 is a 6 is a 6, as it happens. The answer will come to you when it's time, Kozik.
I'm pretty sure he's asleep.
Skills.
Well. Oh, I meant Zedrin.
I know. That's fine. I mean, we both have beards, right? Can get us mixed up in a crowd.
Gotta check something.
And then she looks from where your head is to like roughly to where Kozik's head would land up on your chest.
4.
I don't know.
5,
I have a feeling that I would have a hard time with that, even with the fact that you're both vaguely humanoids with dark beards.
Oh, to be
Zed's gonna
described as
glance over at
vaguely
Kozak,
humanoid.
just like
Right.
make sure he's still asleep. Right. I think we're all right. So yeah, Zed'll sit pretty much like close to camp, but he'll give Niavara some space, and he'll have this crystal out, and I guess well,
Hmm. He's cooking.
trying
He's
to think.
cooking.
I might be trying to do too much at once here. Um, would it be something that Niavara would be interested in doing? Because initially it sounded like you thought that I was asking you to look at it.
Yeah.
It kind of makes more sense. Like I don't know, Zed doesn't know what it is.
Yeah.
You're religiously inclined and deal with stuff, so I guess yeah. To Zed would hand it over and be like, "Oh yeah, can you tell me though why this was inside me?" That's a weird question, but you know what I mean.
I mean, yeah, I saw her pull it out of you. She'll take it from you and sort of stare at it.
Because that was
I'll
right where that thing put his hand in my chest.
it could be the solidification of some sort of energy inside of you. It could be, of course, a validation of Chaw's theory all those weeks ago.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Niavara will careful to not put it on the altar because she's not actually devoting it to the shadow. She will in fact spend some time with the object.
All right.
And then roll an Arcana check at the end of that hour.
Sure, you can always try.
Nivar, you're smart when you want to be.
Apparently, she doesn't want to be.
She's actually less smart than she was on her religion check.
No, she's smarter. The religion gives you
Oh,
plus
wait.
3.
Math wrong. So. Hmm.
Yeah, she gather anything from
So
that.
while this hour is going on, I guess, um, Zed's gonna be sitting over, like I said, near camp, but he's gonna be almost just kind of like meditating, and he's listening for everything that's going on. He's kind of listening for Niavara to holler out, and but he's concentrating on something, which takes an hour. I didn't realize it. That's until this whole thing. So that's why I was trying to figure out. Anyway,
He was whittling wood, clearly.
So, with all the commotion and walking around and talking, little one eventually wakes up.
Hmm. When she fails, she'll probably look up at him and just shake her head. I don't know quite what it is. Um, can I roll like a nature check to say like what type of stone it might be? Like, is it a gemstone of like a normal value?
Yeah, you can always try. Let's see, 14. It's not
Mm-hmm.
any kind of gemstone that you've ever known of. But then again, it's also clearly like broken, like a shard. It's extremely imperfect. So you're just kind of holding some weird material in your hands. Okay.
I DM'd you by the way, Cubed.
Ooh. Do, 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 do. All right, so it's gonna take an extra hour to do that. The Avara's unable to figure this stuff out, figure out what this material is. This sounds like other people are sleeping. And the Avara, as you're setting stuff up, feel free to give me a Constitution saving throw. Doo-doo, doo. Think she's AFK. But I think Niavara stepped away.
Yeah,
Oh, there you are.
more accurately.
Con
This
save.
a con save.
Yeah, welcome back.
Ugh. Staying up until 5 in the morning is not recommended.
Unless you're a mutant like me.
Waking up at 5 in the morning and then getting up again at 7 in the morning. Is not recommended.
I also don't recommend it. 13. Perfect. That is a great number to roll.
It's a foreboding number to roll.
So Niavara, for whatever reason, whatever purpose, you just feel really, really sleepy all of a sudden.
No doubt, connected to the in-universe, very long travel day.
Sure, we'll go with that.
Jokes abound.
And
Um,
it's not like you're standing up and it's like, like a like narcolepsy where it's like you're standing up
mm,
and then suddenly you're just unconscious. It's more like I'm just gonna whew, I'm exhausted from setting up the altar and maybe I'm still just really tired and I'm just gonna just 5 more minutes, Mom.
she'll lay her head down on her altar. She's got out her incense and such. Um, and where she'd been investigating the stone, she'll just put her head down on top of like side things, curl up on the ground. It won't hurt anything. She's slept on ground before.
And probably will continue to for a while yet. So, Zed, after an hour, you've done your thing. So, what do you do about that?
Oh, sorry. So, would he notice that Niavara's back to sleep?
Yep, you made it. You made your way back, and he was eepy.
So everybody's asleep right now.
Except for you and Little One and Opal,
Okay,
because Opal never sleeps.
fair, true. Um, so I guess if Zed notices that Niavara's back to sleep and that everything's been kind of like set up, but she fell back, it's like he's gonna um he's gonna walk over, kind of kneel down. I Niavara, and just kind of like do a little shoulder nudge, like a little shaky wakey.
Yeah. Zedrin's probably never actually touched her. She's not a very touchy-feely person.
Yeah.
Is she allowed to wake up?
Let's see. Give me another Constitution save.
Can I use my inspiration? Never mind.
I mean, you can. So you wake up. You just need another extra, 5 more minutes. But Zed is standing like right next to you.
Neovar will actually basically combat roll away from him. She's like,
Oh,
oh wow, okay, hi,
hey,
hello.
it's all right. I think I think you fell asleep setting up all this.
That's not right. I don't do that.
I don't know. I don't.
Hmm. She glances to the stone on the altar. Um, I'd been meaning to tell you it didn't do anything. Like, I can't understand what it is. I just know that it's not any sort of natural stone that I could sort of think of. But
Oh, oh.
why did I fall asleep? She
You don't
looks to where
remember
her
just laying
incense
back down?
she looks to where her incense is burning out. Like, I'm not supposed to do that. I'm supposed to give my devotions.
Zet'll reach over and grab the shard and kind of tuck it away. And as he's looking at Niavari, he's, "Are you feeling all right? And did you ever see like that weird bit on the sides of your vision?"
Um, did I see this on the side of my vision?
You never gave me a perception for that.
Oh, oops.
Oop, yep. Nope, there was no perception for it.
Can I roll that perception, or is it too late?
Oh, you can still
I'll
roll it.
run with the no.
Ooh,
You definitely notice it. It is everywhere. It is
Damn.
always in your view. No matter where you look, no matter how hard you try to look away, it is always there.
It being the wavy lines or the shadow or
All of it. Mm-hmm. The intangibility. You, with a, let's say with a 29, you ascertain it is something going on with the environment. It's, it doesn't seem like, because with a natural 20, like you're able to determine that the edge of the vision thing is, you could see how people might view it as a personal thing, like it's only affecting each individual person's vision, but you're able to discern a difference between the physical world you're interacting with and viewing versus just your own personal perception of it. So you get the feeling that whatever this is, it's an environmental effect.
Shadow's teeth. Well, apparently getting some rest has done me some good because uh Eladra's scowl. This is not necessarily great. You guys are all describing the sort of wavy line that you're experiencing, like a sort of like you might in a heat wave, right? That's not it. It's not you. It's not your eyes tricking you. It's not your mind. It's the world. The world itself bending around us. Quite unsettling, really. And ugh, I cannot believe it put me to sleep. That's very bad for my cover as a drow. They're not supposed to be able to fall victim to such effects.
And as such, since Velgen hasn't got to really do much, give me a D4. Okay, 1, 2. Oh wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, sorry, it would be a D6. 2, 3, 5, 6.
D6.
Yep. 2. Okay, they roll a 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oof. All right. Now it's a D4. Okay, so I'll just use that one. Okay. Oop. Right there. All right, cool. Got to figure something out, which you guys may or may not figure out yourselves.
Uh-oh.
So pretty much, unless there was anything else you want to do, at morning it would be morning time.
And Niavara grumbles as she replaces out some additional incense from her bag to do a hastened version of it. Um,
I gotta go
asking
to
the
another map
traveler,
layer
bro,
and
what the fuck?
do something.
Not in so many words.
For the audience, I am tracking their movement and something happened that
In order to
will
swap her
affect that.
spell list out.
Sorry
So,
gets up. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
does Niavara, now that she's rolled that, does she always notice it?
Yep.
Oh, that's spooky. I don't like that.
Well, Sorry gets up and she heads over to Zed and Inanna to see what they might have noticed in the night. Did you see that thing that I was talking about, Zed?
Gotta hide that one.
If you're talking about the mirage, it's not a mirage. It's the ground itself that's making it.
What is it you see?
Miyavaro looks up to Sari, long suffering, her hair a little bit wild, like she fell asleep, and she picks a piece of grass out of her braid. The answer is that I'm seeing a whole lot of bullshit, and I don't like any of it. We've stumbled into something that I don't think is quite right.
I hear you, friend, but could you be more specific about what it is you're seeing?
So, if I'm to understand it correctly, you were all seeing wiggles out of the corner of your eyes, but the second you try and focus on them, they vanish.
Right, that's it.
That would be a trick of your mind, right?
Not necessarily, but I
I'm
just can't tell what I'm looking at.
I also don't know what it is I'm seeing. I just know that it's not. I've been able to distinctly separate it out from my individual um perception. Like my senses. It's not my eyes that are being fooled. Something about the ground itself seems less tangible.
Wow, that's interesting. So is it like everything, all the living things around you, or like the trees and the rocks and everything around has got this bullshit coming out of it?
This effect. Yes. I'm not seeing any animals, are you?
No, but I see rocks and trees and
It's the environment. We are not uh letting anything out. She rubs her eyes and she's like, and something put me to sleep last night against my will, and I'm very mad about it.
That's unlike you.
I know. In the middle of prayer.
Didn't you take that shard of Zeds with you? Do you think there's something in that thing that affected you? Or do you think it's the ground itself that we're on?
Could be both. Could be neither.
As everyone's, I guess, waking up and kind of gathering around, uh, you'll probably all notice that you typically see little one on Zed's shoulder, so you might not have noticed at first. But on his other shoulder now, there is a silhouette. It's very odd looking. There's a silhouette of a bird, almost like specifically a raven, and it's almost like it's outlined very like kind of cell shaded, very bold outline. So you can it's standing out, but the body is there's no texture, there's no feathers, there's nothing. It's just cosmos and stars and um uh if you kind of move slightly, you get a different vantage of said space. It's basically a celestial raven that's perched up on Zed's other shoulder across from little one. Because Zed took an hour to cast Find Familiar.
Oh, no kidding. Zed, what is that?
So, uh, I kind of realized there's definitely something odd with this sort of jagged crystal, and I guess maybe its relationship with me. Um, but it was like I had a thought. I don't know if you all remember, like the first time that I ever was able to use my mage hand. It was just kind of like I realized it was like a thought in my head, and I was like, yeah, I want that, and then it floated to me. I didn't realize I did it. It was kind of like that. So I had a thought in my head of this. That I've always had this. And he ruffles in his pocket. I've always had this coin here. It's got a silver raven on it, and I literally can't remember a time where I didn't have it. I don't know where I got it. And all of a sudden, last night, as soon as I kind of handed over that crystal to Niavoro to look at, is like I had an epiphany. What if that raven's real, per se? What if it's just flying around this whole time and maybe I couldn't see it? And I closed my eyes for a bit. I just focused on it. And then realized probably some odd time later, I just was kind of in a daze, I guess. And then I looked up and Niavoro was asleep again. That anyway. So I ran over and woke her up, and then I realized that it seemed like little one was on both shoulders. It was odd, but I realized that well, this guy's feet here feel a little different. I so yeah, I guess I guess uh it is real.
Wow, that's incredible. Has it been on your shoulder or just flying around you or just following you? Or... Jeez, that's incredible.
Well, I don't really know if it's actually I kind of think I more or less manifested it, and I think maybe well removing that shard from my body, it was like I always had the thought there, but it was just being blocked by something. Like I I just couldn't access it, and then I it's odd. It's just dawned on me. Like, well, I've always kind of thought this, but I've never really thought about it. And well, so I sat and thought about it for a while, and here we are.
Jeez. What's your relationship with it? I mean, can you feel it, or you just see it, or is there any kind of communication between you? Or can you
Oh
feel it
yeah.
in any way?
I mean, I can. I've got to kind of figure all that out. It's new, but here, watch. He just kind of whistles and he points uh over to Kozik, and it's gonna fly over and land on Kozik's shoulder.
Huh, charming. Yes. So the bird looks like it's in good shape. Looks like a nice, healthy animal. I guess.
Yeah,
It looks like
with
space
all
to
them
me,
stars
but
in there, I guess it is. But
yeah, I mean, it's
So,
not gonna mean you any harm. I feel like I've got a pretty good connection with it. I don't know. We'll see. Should be all right though.
so you, so you say that it has some
should
sort
be
of,
all right, he says.
it has some sort of cosmic like look about it. When you look at it, there's like stars, like the
Yeah,
cosmos
it's
thing.
basically so picture I the best way that I can maybe describe it is if you were looking through a window into space. And I mean like you remember when we were in the cabin and you could open the door and just the outline of the door you just see this other area.
Right, right.
So picture that other area being just space, cosmos, like celestial body, like it looks like a galaxy, you know what I mean?
Wow.
Swirls and stars and all that. But the window's shape is of a bird.
Right. So okay, I'm
So
a
it
little
so it moves around and it flaps and stuff, but any it has no texture, it has no other colors, there's nothing definitive about it. It's just it's just like a shape of a
right, right.
raven.
Hmm. Shall we feed it something?
Yeah, I
Your
hadn't
other
tried that.
companion
We
is
can?
hungry.
But can you feed a shape something though? I mean, it sounds like it's. I mean, can you feed a
We can
shape?
offer it something and then I don't know. That's a good point. Hey, speaking of, what were we eating this morning? Does anyone got that coin?
Yeah, I can't remember who's got it.
Oh, I think I used it last. Someone else can conjure up a fine meal.
Well,
I flip it up.
I'll go ahead and make a meal.
Okay, I flip it over to Sorry. Then I was just gonna flip it up in the air and have somebody catch it. You should take it.
All right, I've got it. And sorry, holds the coin and thinks for a minute and conjures up this beautiful meal of like, oh, there's all kinds of meats. There's like venison and boar and different kinds of meat and nice thinly sliced. And there's like fruit and cheeses and bread and just all kinds of like vegetables, and it's just a yummy brunch. Well, we wouldn't call it brunch, but anyway, some good whole foods that'll make a really nice little open face sandwich.
Oh, this looks delicious.
Yeah, Kozik is definitely gonna tuck into that. And while the bird is still perched on my shoulder, I do kind of try to give it a little pet. What is it? What does it feel like? maybe just feathers.
Oddly enough, it probably feels very real, like as if it was textured with feathers and you know kind of moved. You know how birds will have very sporadic movements and things like that. So it's I mean it's acting like you would assume. It just looks very odd.
Hmm. Suitably dramatic companion for our party. I approve, and I give it a little pat on the head. Probably flies back over to Zed.
Yeah, it's it'll probably fly over back to his shoulder.
Well, that's just something, that is. But I have to say, of more concern to me right now is this strange place we are that has this strange emanation coming from the environment, and it sounds like Niavara is seeing a lot more than we can, and I don't know what. It makes me feel uncomfortable. Like maybe we should just tuck in and then pack up and get moving along. Maybe it's just to this environment right where we slept, or maybe we've walked into an area where the whole place is like that. I don't know, but I wish there was a way to figure out more about it. But it doesn't seem like it's done us any harm at this point.
I'm
Does anyone
I'm
have
actually
the power of some sort of true sight? Perhaps it's some sort of illusion created by the Earth
And-
itself, but I'm not sure.
Right, because Niamh did say it was separate from herself, but and it was from the environment. But I wonder if it could be, as you say, an illusion that the environment's creating. But to what end, I wonder? Did we lose Niavara? Is she sleeping?
She is. I'm not gonna bother her though.
No, I get it.
Oh no, that's tragic. She's had a long day in all fairness.
Yeah.
so I am inclined to agree. Sorry, I do kind of feel like if there's anything going on here, and it's just tied to this location, then if we just move on, because we've got a lot of ways to travel still.
Yeah.
That, and if
If
we encounter something disturbing, we'll know that this isn't just tied to this location.
Yeah, because I was thinking it's like we all noticed it. So if we notice that it's not going away, seems like it's maybe following us, then I would have a bit more of concern. But the fact that we all just noticed it before we were going to sleep, nothing bad happened, and now we can move on. I think that's probably for the best.
Yeah, we can see if it continues on or we leave it behind us.
Yeah, like if we travel on till nightfall and we're all still feeling that we're still seeing this thing, then I'm assuming something's with us. But
Yeah, or with the land we've entered, we did change. We went when the land kind of started changing. That seems not far back. So
right,
I wonder if it's just a feature of the land, maybe, or I don't know.
yeah,
But yeah,
I
let's
mean,
get packed
like
up
you
and
said.
get moving along, eh?
Let's get a move on. Survival checks, and I'm assuming Veldrin helped after we pass.
A
Oh,
what?
on
Oh,
Nor you
a
got a
survival.
bus.
Okay.
But,
Five.
and that's with Felton's help. Oh, that's not good.
Are we all getting Veldman's help or just
Just Opal with
It's just like
traveling.
a group check, and yeah, Opal been rolling.
oh just Opal? Oh, I see. I see. Okay. With different, yeah.
To me, my
Gotcha.
psionic warriors. All of you rolls. Sorry. Okay, I'll be entirely fully honest with everybody. We are something is wrong. I know which direction I'm supposed to be going. It's in my head, and something feels wrong.
You feel
Well,
like you're going the wrong direction.
Hmm. Well, does it feel like I'm going in the wrong direction, or is it just that it feels wrong to be going this way? It's not that I feel like I'm going in the wrong direction. I know I am. I'm going east, but we just went through this, and you were referring to the trees. We were going through these trees earlier. We shouldn't see them so soon again.
Well, it depends if, I mean, are we going uphill, downhill? I mean, things do change pretty dramatically with elevation shifts, but did we go back downhill again, or we're just walking? Yeah.
And what I am referring to, sorry, is not that not that I do not think the terrain is incorrect. It's just that with such a sudden change in foliage, that is my issue. When we entered this place, if you recall it correctly, even as we went up and down, we were still interacting with the same trees. If that makes any sense.
I have to
We
reference my hex map.
what? What do you mean the same tree? You think that we're going through the same trees?
W-
Or are you
I'm
talking
sa-
about
I'm
the
saying it
kind
feels
of
like we're
tree?
backtracking because
Oh, all right.
because when we were going forward, we went through one kind of tree into another. And now we've gone from that tree before to the tree we were walking through beforehand.
So you mean
Essentially, it
the
feels like we're
same
back.
kind of trees, but not specifically in the same place? Or do
Hmm.
you feel like you're in the same place we were in before?
It feels like we're backtracking.
Okay. Even though we're heading east. Now
Yes, which is
that's
concerning for my head personally because I don't like that.
well, no.
It feels like something is working against me.
Huh.
Is anybody else noticing that?
um, am I noticing that?
I mean, just the forest change.
Yeah, it is strange that the vegetation, that the landscape would change so quickly. Like, wonder No.
So
Oh,
hold on.
I could try and go aloft and see something, but I don't know what I'm looking for.
Well, so we feel like we were going the right way, and then all of a sudden, now we are going back the way we came.
Even while we're heading the direction we're supposed to.
Okay,
But you're only
so
saying that because we got the same kind of trees, right? I mean,
It's not
here's
hold
an
on.
important
Hold
question:
on.
is does it looking like it looked with the weird wobbly lines?
Zed, as we're talking, Zed's just gonna take a dagger out and he's gonna carve a Z into the tree that's right next to him. If we come across this again, then we'll know that something's up.
I
Especially,
like your
and he's
ideas.
gonna point behind him if we go back the way we came.
All right.
Uh,
But is anybody noticing the squiggly lines? I mean,
I
did
mean,
we
I
leave it behind with the conifers?
I think it's a DM question.
You don't notice them here.
No squiggly lines here. So it was attached to that place with those trees,
Not
with
that
those
anybody's giving me a
evergreens.
perception.
Well, I'll
Perception, you say?
percept.
I have perceived.
Yep, no squiggly lines.
Ouch.
Zed's busy carving things into the tree. And Veldrin never saw the squiggly lines in the first place because Veldrin was
I mean,
sleeping
he's
that whole
been
time.
hearing us talking about them, so, you know.
yeah, I'm not sure if I did really either. I'll roll a
During our watch, Kozik, you never saw them. It was Opal who was seeing them. Opal would have just
I don't.
described them to you.
Yeah, I didn't.
Yeah, you don't notice any of that stuff here.
Well, perhaps we haven't gone backwards, but merely gone through. Now we're on the other side.
Well, I'd like to think that, but for whatever reason, it sounds like Opal has got a feeling that we're going the wrong way.
This feels weird.
Well, I mean, I
Going
think we're
from
all following you because you
I
saw the map and whatnot. So
I
Does it just feel weird because we're in
I
conifers
don't think
again? Is
anyone
that,
else saw the map.
or
I
is there
just have
something
perfect
else?
recollection of it.
What did you say?
Was there anything else that Opal would have felt was off, DM? Or is it just the change in trees?
Change in trees. Your path is still there as far as you can see it. I could describe it to him.
Well, either we stand still here, or we continue on the path, or we continue backwards on the path.
Let's
Should we
just keep
blaze our own
moving.
trail?
Well, I just say we keep going and see what happens. We've not gone that far, and maybe it's just true that that area with the evergreens that had that weird stuff emanating from the land was its own little pocket, and now we're on the other side of it, and we can just keep going. Or it's a little pocket of some kind of portal that put us back in the other direction. I don't know, but maybe we can just at least see what's ahead. I don't know.
I guess we
Well,
might
yeah,
as well
standing here
march
is not going to
on
do
and see.
anything.
Yeah.
I'm looking at
Let's keep
Opal.
moving.
Where are we going?
It's just weird. We'll keep moving forward.
All right. So you continue forward along the blazing trail that you were blazing. Check. Okay. Um. So, see what the weather's like today. Somebody roll me a d20.
Anybody but me.
And 11. All right. So on an 11, feels like it's getting a little chillier. Just the ambient temperature begins to drop. Nothing rapid, nothing sudden. Is just, you know, like as the day goes on, it just gets colder and colder. But beyond that, pretty much a normal day. Maybe like a few degrees. Um, here. Yeah. So yeah, pretty much. This day is pretty uneven.
And
And
how's it feeling to Opal, the direction we're going and the trees and everything?
Yeah.
still
Enough
heading
about that.
east. But you're eventually, I mean, throughout this day, you would have made your way back into Evergreens over the course of the
Well,
day.
and did it have that same weird sensation, emanation?
I don't know, give me a perception.
Perception.
Nope.
All right, then it looks like we passed up that strange place because we don't. There's nothing here that's wibbly wobbly,
Wobbly.
and it's just some beautiful trees.
Beautiful. Beautiful. However, I will say that it comes to evening, and you guys probably set up another encampment, set up a watch, which, we can expedite that because nothing happens on that day. Select this one.
Nice.
Okay. All right. Yep. So basically, just nothing happens that day. Preceding day, though, it is nice and sunny.
Are we in evergreens again, or are we in conifers?
Oh, you're still in Evergreen.
Okay. So we wake up and it's sunny, and I imagine we just eat something and pack up and head out again, heading east, right? Keep walking east.
Yeah, I think that's a plan.
So-
Let's keep.
Yeah, continuing that way. Give me another survival. And this one's gonna be normal because or not normal, but the normal we've been doing. So, assistance.
At advantage.
At
Correct.
advantage? All
Oh,
of us?
SAR's leading.
Wait, no, sorry, wait. No, it's
Okay.
just a survival check for Opal because she has the recollection.
Oh,
of
I'm
that. The
sorry.
rest of everybody
I
just
did it
went with her.
again. I apologize.
No, it's okay. So Opal's rolling at advantage with Veldrin's help. Yes.
Yep.
Okay. 22.
Nice.
So with the
We
22,
trail in that blaze.
you are definitely moving forward, and you start to notice the change in the evergreens. They're going from like this very vibrant green and healthy green to more like red oranges and reds, kind of like more like fall coloration.
But they're
Hmm.
evergreens, you're saying.
Yes, some evergreens do also turn red in the fall.
Which is counterintuitive to their name, really.
Yep.
Never seen one like that.
I'm not going to start questioning the trees again. Just everybody on your toes, as you always are.
Yes,
And
let the
she's going to stop
paranoia sit in.
walking.
So I guess everybody can do this. Feel free to give me a perception.
That is performance. Oopsie.
Yeah.
Perceptive.
Right.
We are all feeling perceptive today, except for Opal.
Opal's busy leading the group, so
That's right.
So let's see. We got Veldrin with the 25, and sorry with the natural 20, but at 24, and an 18 and 16. So you all start to catch a. So the coin that you guys like to use, and how it make just things smell really good and very homely without even having the coin. There's that aroma in the environment. You're picking up the scent of like fresh cooked meats and vegetables and with a 25 and a 24 and a 18, it's relatively close by, and you don't hear any sounds of like a village. You don't see any smokestacks. You don't detect any hint of like a settlement of any kind. So it's kind of odd that it smells. The smell is this potent out in the forest.
Well, that's odd.
Strange.
And actually, sorry, since you got a natural 20, give me an insight check.
Insight. Mm.
A 9. Okay. Continue. Needed at least a 10.
Does anybody want to give me an inspiration so I can re-roll that insight check?
I'd love to, but I got nothing.
Mm.
Sure.
Okay, thank you very much.
Are you sure you want to use it?
Oops, now you say I might. You're always telling us we got to use up our inspirations.
Mm-hmm. I'm just checking.
Well, if there's anything to find that's gonna be a problem, I'd like to find it.
That's not so much finding it, but you definitely get a very bad feeling about this. It's
Wha-
da- down in your bones. Something don't feel right. This doesn't make sense. Why does it smell so good and there's nobody around in the middle of a forest?
This is not feeling right, friends. This does not feel right. There's something I've got a feeling that there's something not good at work here. I mean,
Well, I
I've
guess
got a
we should keep
really
moving.
bad feeling. Well, where are we smelling the is the food coming from a specific direction, or is it just everywhere all around us, the smells?
I mean, there's a faint wind, a faint breeze that's carrying it. So if you want to track it, then you can.
No, I just want to know what direction it's coming from, um, because we're heading east, and if it's not coming from the east, I think moving ahead is a great idea. But if it's coming from the east, then we're kind of in trouble.
Well, let's see. Roll me a d4.
D4.
It's coming from the south.
Well, this is I got a bad feeling. Let's just move pretty quickly on ahead. If you don't mind, folks, this isn't a good feeling here.
No, I can understand that.
All right, all right.
All right. So, question. And I mean no disrespect, and I'm looking for full honesty.
Yes.
When we come across things like this, are we looking to avoid them, or are we looking to investigate them to make sure? 'Cause, like, if
I
there's
know. I
something
was
bad
thinking of
going
how
on,
Cha would have just run right for it. That's what I was just thinking too. Like, oh yeah, sorry, he's being cautious again. But I mean, he said it's a bad feeling. It's not like, huh, I wonder what that is, but it's like a really bad
yeah,
feeling, right? So I
yeah.
guess,
So OOC for sure. Um, uh, I guess I think Zed is actually like asking the group here, almost kind of like one of those where
yeah.
it's like a crossroads moment. You know, we could choose to go there, we could choose to avoid it, and so I guess like collectively, are we trying to just book it to Chronosis, and we know that that's something bad, and we don't want to mess with it, or is this something that is worth investigating as far as maybe the morality of our party potentially? Like, can we, if you have a bad feeling that something's wrong over here, are we going to keep going, or are we going to go, like, if something my thought is this is a trap to get some sort of unsuspecting traveler,
Yeah.
and we're equipped to deal with it. But I guess it's like a party sort of decision, like, because we've come across this, and I have really no issues either way. But I'm curious to see, because we have this opportunity, uh, what everyone else thinks.
Well,
Maybe
I guess
without
I'm thinking I don't know what kind of I guess yeah, what kind of inputs that we have to like investigate it. It's sort of like, well, there's a smell. I guess we could investigate if it's coming from anywhere in particular. I kind of felt like it's just sort of around us and nothing. So I don't know. Like I don't know what to react again in this situation.
so it seemed like we're going east, and it sounds like this smell is kind of particularly coming from the south, and Sari got a really, really bad feeling about it. And so I guess I'm just curious, um uh like how we approach things like this. Do we go run toward the bad thing and investigate the bad thing, or are we all saying like, oh, we don't want anything to do with that because partially we have a destination that we're trying to head to, you know?
Well, I guess like if for me, if there were, um, if we were near a settlement or there was a sense that there might be people in trouble or something like that, sorry would want to go. But there's also like this. I mean, we have this goal of this town with the library, but that's all in service to this way bigger goal about getting to the astral plane. And so I guess I'm feeling like if we take off for every little trap, we're not going to get to the big stuff, you know?
Yeah.
And since there's nobody
Mhm.
seems to be in trouble, I think for sorry, she just wants to move ahead. So
And I guess I was thinking in game kind of like, well, it seems like the environment itself is trying to kill us or so. Well, I guess we didn't necessarily get attacked at our last campsite there. It was just kind of weird. Um, so it's like I don't know. Yeah, is this another example of just sort of the environment is like screwing with us? It's like so. Yeah.
That's a good point
In
too. I
in
mean, we've had our heads messed with a whole bunch recently.
yeah.
Oh,
in
a
this
lot.
particular sense, I was kind of thinking of like, all right, I guess we need to keep traveling, and if in doing that we encounter something, I guess we will. But
I'm with it. Yeah. I have a feeling that Neovar is asleep. Um,
Yes, very asleep.
but yeah, if anyone else has, like, so I think we're kind of on a consensus. We could we could poke our noses in, but it's probably better to just keep traveling.
How about you,
yeah,
Veldrin?
in this instance, I think so.
What was the question?
How about
Uh,
you? How are you feeling about the question from Zedrin?
yeah. Do you want to go investigate this sort of this
The stuff we're
very good
smelling.
smell, but sorry has a bad feeling about it, or do we want to just keep pushing on and traveling?
I think he would be interested in it, in exploring it. He likes a good mystery.
Right. But he wasn't there for all those prophecy or like not prophecies, but just all the information we got about where we're supposed to be heading and how and what we're supposed to be doing.
Oh,
Well, we
again,
do know. Sorry.
what's one little detour?
We've had quite a few little detours. It's not one little detour. I mean,
What's
everything
another?
tends to be a detour.
I would say
Well,
we know that we have a long way to go. And so that I guess that's why I posed the question because I really wanted to see what everyone's input is. I don't mind either way. Um, but this is very much like choose which way you go. Do you go check this place or do you keep going? So interesting sort of group decision. Like I said, I'm fine either way.
and Veldrin said he would check it out, and then Kozik and I said moving ahead. So I don't know.
We
Opal, what
can
do you
check
think?
it out.
Hmm.
We didn't get fucked with yesterday,
Let's
so
check it
maybe it would.
out.
We didn't get fucked with yesterday, so today's the day.
Yeah, right.
We didn't get fucked with, so let's go fuck with them.
It's like
Oh
playing a
man.
All right, so
Munchkin. You
If we
can,
can't
Also,
get fucked, we will fuck. Sorry.
yeah,
we could
it's like playing Munchkin where you kick in the door, and if it's not a monster, you can pull a monster from your hand and then fight it.
exactly. We
all right,
could
but like,
also
where does one begin with just like investigation here?
So
well, I
are we
think we're
going to
gonna
now just go follow the smell?
So I was gonna say, yeah, if we go follow this smell and it comes up to be nothing, we could just be like, okay, let's keep going. It doesn't necessarily mean that we're going to spend a whole lot of time there. We could walk up and be like, nope, this is a trap.
You know what it reminds me of though? It reminds me of like in The Hobbit when it's like day on the path and like you see these little elves off in the woods like making merry and it's like, oh, I just want to go check it out.
True. Well,
Oy, oy,
so
oy.
I will say too, and I don't know if this gives any sort of different context or perspective for being in character, but we have, to Kozik's point, we have been traveling for multiple days now with we had a weird sort of feeling at one place, but nothing's happened.
Okay, it's only been
So
2 days since we left the village with the weird psionic thing. We've traveled 2 days.
we've had we've had 2 long rests since then. So we're technically on the third day.
It's
So yeah,
it's like
All right,
the
well,
it's
let's go look at it. I mean, let's go look at
we
it.
don't
I'm
have to
interested to know
detour,
what the
but
library has, but you
it's
know,
like
if we
a
never get to
it's like a
take
the funny
longer to
thing
get to,
it's like a adventurous addiction. It's like, you know, you've gone adventuring so much and been in so many combats, and then you finally make it to like a nice quiet neighborhood, and you're just like tapping your foot on the floor constantly, like just,
yeah, right.
you know, twiddling your thumbs, just like all like anxious. Like, man, is this what life is like? Not being attacked and the
It's too
constant threat of death?
quiet. Yeah, but like, yeah, sorry, just wants to get to like clues about
I
the bigger
know
picture.
we have we do have a long ways still to go, I think.
Oh, yes, we do. We have
So
plenty of time to
so to
go.
that point, every detour is taking up time. But I don't see us as the group that refuses a detour
But
all that
didn't it
often.
sound like, remember when that guy came and like was telling us all about this, gosh, I can't remember anymore his name, but this person that in the prison in the astral plane, and it all felt so very urgent, you know? So like it just feels like why would we be just running off here and there just to follow every little adventure when this thing does feel like important, you know, and urgent and like we
Well,
ought not to fuck around
yeah,
so much so we can get to the bigger picture and help, you know?
How did she interpret that?
that's
Anyway,
true.
that's Sorry's feeling.
No, he never expressed any urgency. I think it's interesting they interpreted it as that.
I
Well,
will
you
say
guys,
too,
But
Sorry was the one that had the bad feeling about the place and told us about it, but I guess no one else had an inside check, so
well, as usual, Sorry will go along with whatever you guys want to do, but she's usually the one that like, let's keep going.
And you know, yeah, give me a history check there. Sorry.
A history check?
Yep.
All right.
nice.
Yeah.
A 19.
Nice indeed.
So just sort of thinking back to a couple of things, because I'm just gonna round the instead of making you do two history checks. Um, first the more urgent one. So in recalling speaking to that entity, there was never really like they never implied that there was a sense of urgency. They were just
Okay.
like, well, you know, there's a thing that has to get done, but you guys gotta toughen up a good bit before you deal with that thing. So do what you gotta do. Almost like
Ah,
time is
I don't
not
remember
something
that. We
that,
got to toughen up. Okay.
yeah, basically.
Okay.
Um, and then for the second, less, slightly less important, but probably more character-driven point for the history in thinking about the urgency of things and how, you're Sari's trying to like get people like we got a task to do, the stuff that's important, we got to do this. And then you think back to that other paladin you met and his group of friends and that look on his face that was like utter defeat, but also utter devotion.
Yes.
And you just can't help but think of that moment. Not necessarily saying like
Yeah.
defeat per se, but just the
Yeah. Going
they
along.
clearly
She
had
does.
goals that they wanted their group to have, but their group also had, the majority wanted to go drinking and do other things,
Yeah. Yeah.
and
Yeah.
yet they
And
were still
Starry
with them.
does generally in the end just go along, even though she puts out her. We gotta go. There's important things to do, and then in the end, she's like, "All right." So yeah, if that's the overwhelming consensus that if you guys want to go check out this smell, let's go check out the damn smell.
I mean, it is strange. We are out here away from most settlements. We haven't seen any other travelers in days. And
Well,
I'm
that's the
smelling
thing. There's nobody
some sort of
around
roast
here.
pork and some sort of
Get out.
Ah,
some sort of
I've,
basil based sauce. I'm not sure.
I've got such a bad feeling about this. I'm sure it's a trap. I'm sure it's a trap. I've got such a bad feeling.
Crap.
But, you know, if you guys are feeling, if you're jonesing for a daring escape from a bad situation, well, this is it then.
If you're cruising for a bruising.
Exactly.
All right. So, I mean, the perception's like it's south. They don't really have to do a whole lot to head in that general direction. Move them on this map.
Okay.
Sort of reposition because you're heading south, so be more on the north side. I have to I'll move the camera in a sec. Gotta move their tokens. There. So you'd be more like coming from the upper left side of the map. Go. And as you come to this clearing, there appears to be tables set out just in the middle of nowhere. There's tables with all sorts of food and like uh gotta find the word for what this is.
A trap?
Conch? Not conch. Damn it. Hold on. Gotta find my notes.
What a cornucopia?
Yeah, cornucopia. Um, I don't know. I was like, I wrote down conch. I was like, what? No, conch is not right.
I heard you say that, and I get
And there's just like this table just covered in food and fruit and vegetables and like freshly cooked meats that are like look like they were hot out of an oven or stone oven because technology. Um, and there's just like these benches, plenty of room for seating. There's nobody here, and the only building that you can see is like just this small, like really small, like practically just a shed. Totally not ominous at all.
I don't know how long the spell or feature that you had lasted, but Zed would probably be like, Aye, so you still have a bad feeling?
Oh, definitely. Definitely. I'm not sitting at that table or eating any of that food. I'll tell you that. But I'll wait for you if you guys want to try it.
I'm not sure I'm ready to go have a seat yet, but it is curious, isn't it? Where did they even cook all this food?
Curiouser and curiouser.
Then again, we have a special magic tool that brings forth. That food is pretty good.
Is the purple square, is that where the tables are?
Yep, that's the area.
Oh, I'm not even.
Draw inside the box. Give me a second.
Nom 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 nom. Nom 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 nom.
The pit of action.
There you go.
All right, can I do I'll do an investigation. I'll approach the table.
All right. So you approach. That is a 2. It smells so good, so fresh. This is fitting of noble, like a noble celebration.
This appears to be a very high quality stuff. Look at this wheel of cheese. Look, that rind is so pillowy. Ah,
I'd be inclined to agree with you. If this wasn't here of all places.
it is strange, but sometimes, you know, sometimes nature provides for us as much as it challenges us.
Oh, cozy. This is just like in the Feywild when somebody wants to mess with you.
I was
It's
about to say that, sorry. Continue, though.
it's a common practice of impish little creatures that want to mess with you. Put out a big feast.
You see,
Oh,
they put out a big feast, and while you're not looking, they pull the pin on all of the stagnant fireballs they have under the table.
this is no. This is no infernal pomegranate seed. I don't know. I don't think I should partake of it, but it looks really good.
Also, wait,
Looks real.
Opal is slightly tilted. How do I
I don't
fix
know if
that?
anybody else wants to investigate or.
What's the button on it again?
Shift click and mouse wheel.
Thank you. Much appreciated. Oh, sorry, I just looked in your investigation. Yeah, I'll give it a look, see. That's an natural 20.
All right.
Nice.
All of this stuff is real. It is edible. It is 100% cooked. And
Well,
yeah.
where?
And
How
it's
could
not
there?
poisonous, is it?
Nope, you detect no poison.
And
All
where
right, eat
could
up, gamers.
hot?
It's
Where could
wait,
hot
gamers.
food come from, though? In the middle of the
Gamer food.
nowhere. Middle of the nowhere. There's tables and food,
Hmm.
but
I'm
where's the
still
ovens
leaning.
and the people that prepared it?
I'm still leaning on the side of sorry that this feels like a joke, a prank, a some sort of joke. It's all real food. It's all edible. You don't need to worry about that. But it feels weird to have it here. Hmm.
Still, I mean, you just did say that everything it appears to be untarnished, untainted, high quality food. Hmm. I
Opa's going to take out a bite out of one of them.
You got to put your, you got to add the whole picture though. It's not
Oh,
just that there's food, but there's nobody here that prepared it. There's no oven. There's nothing. That's part of the picture, not just the food, but the circumstances surrounding.
Well, there's a tiny little shack over there.
Oh, is there? Tiny little shack.
and well, Opal, how does
Well,
it
I'd
taste?
like to go see what's going on in the tiny little shack before I touch the table.
All right, go knock on the door. And I
Well,
kind of
who's
go, I
coming with me? Somebody
reach
come
for a
with me.
turkey leg.
I'll come with you.
Veldrin will go with.
Oh, cool. Oh, I think
All
Kozik's
right.
the only one not coming.
Bam, bam, bam.
Well, all right,
Hello.
all
They're
right.
close enough.
Anybody in there? Hello.
There is no
Grab
response.
half of a hoagie and down.
No response. Hey,
Sorry,
I'm
use
gonna
me as
try
a
the door.
battering
Is the
ram.
door unlocked?
Sorry, two people were talking at once.
Is the door unlocked?
Do you try the door?
Mm-hmm.
It's unlocked. Also, Kozik, there's probably even a fabled Hatem Dagu.
Oh, with soured kraut upon it. Oh,
It's the fabled isotope dog.
I'll definitely take that. And I mean, I'm gonna take a bite.
Ma- with mango, onion, and jalapeno on it.
Got a sort of, oh, it's a dwarven chutney like we would make at home.
All right, so sorry opens the door, and what do we see in there, boss?
There is just a kitchen, basically, like an oven, stove, utensils, stuff like that.
But no
But just a kitchen.
being of any kind.
Nope. And you'd probably even see like some kind of fowl or pheasant that's currently being like plucked on like on the not currently as in somebody doing it, but like on the cutting board.
Mm-hmm. So there's no evidence to explain why Sari has such a bad feeling about this.
Correct.
Well, this kitchen is just as suspicious as that table full of food. Where's the people that prepared it? And why? It's not like this is a well traveled road.
That's true. No, no, no. But
Kozik's just munching away.
it's a well
Nom, nom,
appointed
nom, nom,
kitchen.
nom.
Don't you agree? Someone truly
Well,
skillful at their cooking with such attention to detail. Could they be sinister?
oh, sure.
Maybe.
Food is very
Hmm.
often used to tempt people into deals and things that they don't want to. Everybody eats.
Absolutely.
I say it tastes very good though. And I don't feel any ill effect. In fact, quite the opposite. It's good.
Yet. Yet.
No, there were no poisons in it. So if he wants to eat the proverbial flavor enhancer, let him. I would say Kool-Aid here.
I definitely go back over to the table. And is there any sort of fruit perhaps on the table?
Oh yeah, there's all sorts of fruit.
Oh, okay. Is there maybe an exotic banana there from somewhere tropical?
I don't know, roll me a D100.
Wow. Okay.
Enlarge your banana collection.
There is indeed.
Oh, excellent.
Uh,
Okay, that
You remember
definitely.
what I said before? Sometimes a low roll doesn't always
No,
bad.
bad.
Yeah.
The
I,
banana.
I pluck a banana from it and I kind of admire it for a moment and tuck it into my belt.
The banana collection grows.
He's eaten all of them so far.
I've given them away or eaten them. Yeah.
One day, Kozak will become the god of potassium.
That's right.
Potassius.
Potassius Maximus.
Potassius,
Or
the
Lord
god of yellow.
or Lord Potassius Deep Shaft.
Aww. Do you need to peel him before you can actually damage him?
Gosh, that's gonna be some sort of curse that falls.
Curse of peeling.
We'll just call it the Curse of Long Lemon.
Oh,
If you know, you know. All right, so yeah, you look inside. There's
Well, I mean,
nobody home.
I guess I do the gentlemanly thing, and I put my cup my hand to my mouth, and I call out, "Hello, hello," whatever the style of the time is.
So everybody can give me a perception check. As Kozik calls out.
Oh, I
Okay.
thought we already called out when we went in.
Exception.
All right.
Fuck.
All right.
Well, you
Started
knocked
We
on
there.
the
just sort of
door.
crept up.
No, so no, when I opened the door, it said hello. Okay.
Kozak,
Yeah,
or she did.
Did you say perception or something else?
perception.
Perception.
Well, Kozik is kind of yelling.
Ooh. Opposite day.
So Zed, let's see, the 20. I think 20 is the highest we got here. Yep, by a long shot. So Zed, so you could swear you see like one of the turkey legs on the table like move. But it's only slightly, and it's like moving towards like another turkey leg, and then it stops there.
I'm gonna insight check the turkey leg.
That's a line you don't expect to hear somebody say out of context.
Considering Thanksgiving's coming though.
But for people watching, that years down the line, and they don't know it's Thanksgiving.
Good
Ah, yes. We killed the turkey demon. There, it's Thanksgiving. We'll be fine, probably.
So with the 9, this is kind of weird. Maybe the wind kind of blew it. The little gust of wind. Kozik. I mean, Kozik has been moving stuff around, so maybe it just kind of fell off of something else, and maybe just rolled.
I'm gonna send my invisible mage hand over and move it back to where it was.
Your invisible mage hand moves the turkey leg. And then it starts to scoot back.
This is a great image.
Hmm. Well, my hot dog didn't move.
as it's starting to scoop back, Mage Hand's just gonna pick it up.
The mage hand has a turkey leg.
Definitely gonna bring it to Zed now. At that point.
Turkey.
You're not gonna eat it, are you?
Consume it. It would
Wait.
be funny.
It
I
reminds me of
mean,
something
it's
like
been moving about.
turkey for me, turkey for you.
Here, wait, Zed. Zed, let me get a bite
What?
of it. If it's
But-
poisonous,
but-
I will take
But it
what
was
damage.
moving.
It was- well, sorry
Let
would know that.
Sandy.
Only Zed saw that, so unless Zed
Oh, all
said
right.
that to people.
Oh,
Good point. She didn't
I-
tell us it was moving.
Chomping on the turkey leg.
I mean, he's kind of like whipping it around now that's gotten into his hand. He's just talking like with it. You all said it's fine, right?
Let me take a
So-
bite of it. Let me make sure.
All right. I mean, Koji's been eating hot dogs. Zed just takes a big bite.
plenty to go around.
Color.
Oh, to be fleshy.
I don't want to mess up
Yeah,
the
that
color.
must be hard.
So
What,
you
being
take a
not fresh?
bite, and as somebody who doesn't have taste buds, or really a need to eat anything, you're just chewing on like cooked meat. Zoom in real quick to make.
So you just see he's not really like pleased with it. Kind of almost lapping at it, like trying to chew it. Okay. And he'll toss it back on the table.
Hmm.
I mean, it's meat, but it's not really good.
Looks better than it tastes. Well, I guess Kozik like his though.
Well, I thought
And-
Opal was the one tasting.
I
Didn't
you eat
Opal was, but then Zed
Howdy
took a bite
doggy.
at first.
And at that point,
What do you mean?
What do I mean?
I yeah.
You
Opal was
finished
eating-
your I was like, let me take a bite out of it, and then you said Zed takes a bite out of it at the end of your statement.
Oh,
I figured Zed found
I
it
thought
good.
you said take a bite out of it. I apologize.
No, it is fine.
and at that point, more turkey legs start to assemble, and they keep
Turkey legs
moving together.
assemble.
turkey pieces start forming.
Thanksgiving episode.
Turkey
And before you know it,
assemble.
there is this massive cooked version of a turkey in
Does that
front of
have
you
a head?
with yep, you see this little eyeball right there?
Gotcha.
Dude.
I just wanted to make sure
Yeah.
that we weren't being assaulted by a headless, completely featherless turkey.
Oh my god.
I mean, it forms a head with the cornucopia.
Okay, that's a pretty cool idea. I like that. Oh no.
Like where the beak would be is like the cornucopia turned around. Looks kind of like a sort of kind of beak. But it's still a completely cooked turkey. So like the bone for like where the claws would be,
Yes.
et cetera, et cetera. And when it does that, it looks to you guys, and it doesn't really make any sounds because it doesn't have a beak. But it does look at you guys with hostile intent. And to that, we're gonna wrap up the session.
Evil. How dare you?
An evil turkey.
The evil turkey. The Thanksgiving episode shall continue on December 3rd, which is 10 days from my birthday. Oh my god.
When's your birthday?
Well,
The
I mean,
13th
technically,
Wait a minute. What? Yours
it's
is the 13th?
of December, yes.
Mine is too.
Wait, we share the same birthday.
Yes. Sad
Yeah!
brother. My sad
nerds.
brother.
We're actually
Um,
gonna play on my birthday in January because my birthday is the 14th.
Oh, cool.
Sweet.
Me and Sari are going. Sorry. You and me
Friday
sharing
the
the same
13th this year too. Friday
Oh,
the 13th this year.
Sorry. Funnily enough. Uh, fuck. This is such a story or a thing to explain.
well,
Uh,
let's explain it
okay, go
after we
ahead.
do inspiration.
Yes, sorry. I'll explain it after.
I know they're enthusiastic, but
Inspiration.
I think Zed should get the inspiration. He had us reevaluate.
For
so
convince us.
yeah, so essentially, who gets the inspiration and why?
Hmm.
I
think
vote sorry for putting
Yeah,
up
I vote
with
sorry.
all of us.
Sorry is the lone voice of reason in this party of people
Mhm.
who have no self-control.
Mhm.
And yet he still allows us to go through with all of our stupid shit.
That's one for sorry from Opal.
Oh, I
I
also
voted sorry as well.
yeah.
Oh, I appreciate that.
All right, now for the tiebreaker of Kozik.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's fine.
The tiebreaker.
So sorry gets it.
Thanks, guys.
We appreciate you, sorry. You're a great party member. And you being the straight man to all of our insanity is
Right.
greatly appreciated.
Gotta have one in the crowd.
All right. Yeah, it was
But
like
now
we could either start a combat now or just kind of wait for everybody to be here.
Yeah.
it would probably be best to have Neovira here. Also,
Oh
wait,
yeah.
I'm used to talking to people about birthday. No,
All right. So they're chit chatting about birthday stuff. So to that point, thank you guys for being here. Thanks for hanging out. That was the start of the Thanksgiving session. um, so as far as games, we'll be back at it tomorrow at 5:30 Pacific. Um, potentially, as I do this while twiddling with mustache and beard, mayhaps a little more Thanksgiving-y things tomorrow. Um, but yeah, tomorrow 5:30 Pacific. That's the second campaign. Different group for the most part. Different feel. Um, they're also pretty heavy into the role play. So if you like RP heavy games, then those are what I provide. Um, which is pretty different from some of the games I've run before. People really like combat. These these folks really love their RP, and that's freaking awesome. Um, let's see. Tomorrow, get that. Yeah. So yeah. Yeah. Thanks for being here. Hope you have a good evening. And for you, the dolls of yous. For those of you on the Ubles Tubles, we do this on Twitch. Pretty much, pretty much exclusively on Twitch right now. Um, I don't think I have an internet connection to handle the other. But yeah, to that point, try not to party too hardy. Bye.